I am Batman. Average Sniper.
Hey, what's up everybody? Average Sniper here, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to have gameplay from PUBG and Warzone Battle Royale, my two current favorite games. Every now and then I like to make a video and just talk about how I got into gaming and YouTube. But this time, I'm going to do that, but this time I really want to hear from you guys in the comments section about why you got into gaming, how long you've been playing games, and what makes you keep playing games, and also maybe some of your favorite games like the classics. I'm going to start. I love to read about that stuff in the comments. I love to know about you guys. I love to know about my subscribers, so this will be awesome. So feel free to leave that info in the comments, and oh yeah, hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy. I'll go ahead and get started now, guys. So I'm in my mid-30s right now, and I've been gaming since I was a little kid, but I haven't always gamed from then to now. So I would say the first gaming I ever experienced when I was about 4 years old, and my dad brought home a Commodore computer. This was before Windows was even a thing, and he had this. The computers didn't even have hard drives in them, believe it or not. You had to put in these big 5.25-inch floppy disks and like put this little closer down on the floppy disk. It was crazy old stuff. And the first game I ever played was a game called Alley Cat, and it was like very pixelated and man, hardly any color, but it was basically just this cat that had to navigate its way through an alley. Completely two-dimensional, pixelated. But that was the first game I ever played, and I learned how to type the commands in to get the computer booted and get the game started. And then my little brother was only about, I don't know, man. He was probably about 2 or 3 years old when he started playing games, and he liked to play some racing games on the computer. But I played other games after that. When computer gaming got a little more popular, I played some Doom, I played some Rise of the Triad, and I played some Wolfenstein. All pre-Windows, like these games, you would just start them right out of DOS. And then when Windows came out, there became like a whole nother. There became a whole bunch more games basically, but I never really got into those. By the time Windows came out, I was still a little kid, but I wasn't really too much into gaming anymore. We weren't allowed to have consoles. We were only allowed to play games on our computers, and I was actually, believe it or not, more of the type of person who liked to be outside or hanging out with my friends when I was old enough to have friends. So there was a big break in my gaming career from like as soon as Windows came out and games became popular on Windows. I didn't play any of them. The only games I played were when I went on vacation to my grandparents' house. She had a Super Nintendo, and I loved to play Mario, obviously. I loved to play Mario Kart. I loved pretty much all the Mario games. We played some Sonic the Hedgehog. Man, oh yeah, I remember that. I also got to play 007, and what was the other one? There was a couple other ones that I played. Oh yeah, one computer game I actually forgot to mention was Commander Keen. Might want to Google that one. Commander Keen. That was one of my favorite games. I played like every Commander Keen ever made. Two-dimensional like platform type of game, and it was awesome. Just good memories. But fast forward a little into the future, I was never allowed to have a full-on console. So when I got into my teens and started playing around more on like Windows 98, I started getting into chat rooms and talking to people about building websites, HTML, which is basically the social media of back then. There were no social media platforms, so everybody just kind of made their own websites. There was a lot of companies out there that let you make websites for free, and I learned HTML, and I started making web pages, and basically that was like the online video equivalent of nowadays. Everybody just made web pages and kind of talked about the stuff that they enjoyed on gaming and things like that. So I really got into this virtual chat room, and then I started playing a game called Jazz Jackrabbit, and I started this big website for it when I was like 15, 16 years old, and it was getting like thousands and thousands of hits every day. It had like mods for the game, and I was never really that into playing the game. I was more about like running the website. That was exciting for me, and that's kind of when I got into this whole like I guess gaming plus social media kind of thing, where you play a game and nowadays you post videos about it, but back then you would play a game and post information about it, because online video streaming wasn't really a thing. Most people still had dial-up internet connections, and they just weren't good enough to stream games, and gaming has come so far. So fast forward a little more, I get older, I'm in my 20s, I move out of my parents' house, and the Xbox 360 comes out, and one of my friends shows me two games, Dead or Alive 5, I believe, and Gears of War. And I had to go out and buy my own Xbox 360. I hadn't gamed in forever, but I was like, man, the graphics look so good on Gears of War. And this was way back, I think, in like 2005. I was like, the graphics look so good in this game. I can't believe console gaming is like this now. So I went out, got an Xbox 360. I played the crap out of Dead or Alive 5 and Gears of War for years, man. And after that, it was kind of like a snowball effect. I played... I really got into shooters. A lot of my friends tried to get me to play Call of Duty. It took me a long time to get into that. I finally got tired of Gears of War. I started playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which was the first Call of Duty I ever tried. And I pretty much only played Call of Duty for like the next, I would say, 5.5 years, all the way up until Advanced Warfare came out, at which time I switched to Battlefield. But something really cool happened when I started playing Call of Duty. Specifically Call of Duty Black Ops. I started my YouTube channel and I started uploading gameplay. Actually, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that I actually did my first full gameplay upload. I uploaded little clips and snippets from Black Ops, but it never really caught on. And I never really got a lot of subscribers until years later when I switched to Battlefield Hardline, which was a much smaller community, and I happened to be one of the only content creators covering pretty much all aspects of sniping in Battlefield Hardline. And then my YouTube channel got rolling. I played other Battlefield games. I tried Battlefield 4, I played Battlefield 1, and then I found PUBG. So basically there was a big break in my life from like my teenage years to my young adult years where I didn't game, but once I got back into it, I never stopped. And the reason I think I like playing games is because, one, I just kind of grew up with them. Video games have always been a thing for me, even though I started when video games were very, very early, almost in their infancy stage, And I forgot to mention, I did play some Atari games too, but we didn't have an Atari. I only got to try it a couple times at a friend's house. But yeah, gaming has always been a thing for me, and it's always been, not only an escape from reality, but it's also a part of my reality. It's just something that's always been there for me. I love doing it. I enjoy it. It brings out the competitive nature in me, which is not necessarily that good of a thing, but it is good to be somewhat competitive. It makes me forget, it makes me not have to think about the problems of the day without having to resort to something crazy, like doing drugs or drinking just to, take a break from life, which could lead to much worse things. I think gaming is a much safer alternative. Even though gaming can be addicting for some people, I would say it's probably better than smoking meth, whatever. But yeah, that's the thing for me. Not only do I just like gaming, it's almost hard to explain like why I like it so much. It just gives me this feeling that I can't really get anywhere else, especially in these battle royale games, where you can, be the last person surviving. That just gives you like such a dopamine rush, or, whatever it is that triggers those happy feelings. So, and that's not the only reason I play, not just because it makes me feel good, but it's just something that I simply like to do and have always done from a very young age. So really looking forward to reading the comments, seeing why you guys like to game, seeing how old you guys are, how long you've been gaming. I think that gaming doesn't really have an age. I used to think when I was a kid, I wonder if I'll still be gaming when I'm in my 20s and 30s. Obviously, I am, and obviously, there's so many people out there, even way older than me. I talk to gamers all the time in their 50s, 60s, you know, some even in their 70s. It's crazy. And us guys in my generation and the generations newer than mine have grown up with gaming. And I really think it's always kind of going to be just a part of our lives, you know? So yeah, like I said, really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. There's the last guy. I didn't know that was the last guy until it popped up Warzone Victory. I was like, whoa. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. Later.